Okay, let's start. Sébastien, do you want to share your screen and?
Sure. So we have 13 bugs open, but I fixed 3 or 4 of them since the RC. So I will show you fixed and closed for 1.6. Update dates. So again, content type stereotype widgets without title part error. This was closed, I think, by, I don't know, by, oh no, this is a comment on this one which is already closed. It's just a comment just about how to work around for the issue, which is not an issue, which is a weird way of using this stereotype. So it's okay. So illegal characters in path. So it was about having a pipe in a slug, which is not allowed, and it was missing some validation on that. So I fixed it, and Nicholas liked the fix because he tweeted about that. Azure with startup. So the issue there is that I also see the updated ones with new comments, so this is not related to a new update. Oh yeah, I fixed this one, yes, sorry. So the issue is that I was checking for a wrong flag. I was checking for true and it should have checked for false, so it was fixed. And now I lost the filter. Placement info tab. This has to be okay, closed. Custom logon. So I documented the logon issue is that with Razor 2 the syntax has to be perfect, and in the logon CSHTML for all versions there was an issue, which was that we were using the char inside some code sections. It was working with Razor 1, and in Razor 2 it's correctly failing. So if it's fixed in the code for 1.6, but if you have created a custom theme and copy pasted the old logon CSHTML file onto your theme, we can change it by ourselves. So I just added a note on the documentation, on the release notes, on the release notes here, just to explain that how to upgrade your theme. You need to fix, if you overrided the logon.cshtml, you need to fix those lines. And in the previous version there was an @ here, which was bad Razor, and in Razor 2 it's failing. So it was an issue about documenting the migration. And
so here it really is Razor that has the breaking change here?
Yes, well, yes, it's Razor which has a breaking change. Because it had a bug, which was not finding the correct errors. And now it's fixed, so it's finding the correct syntax errors. And this is the same thing for another view, which must be this one. You see, cannot update module in admin. Same thing. If you go to the update pane, it says it's missing a brace, but actually it was again an issue with the @ inside a code block.
Right, but this one is not a problem because it only the themes.
Yes, and I fixed that. Yeah. So, and yeah, unfortunately, we might find some more with people using it, and in their own theme also. So that's an issue. So this is the list now of the proposed bugs, okay, for any version. We don't expect to open a lot of them because we should just accept the critical ones. So most of them are already triaged and we don't really care about them for 1.6, but let's go triage them, all of them. So projection query, the deleted sort criteria, and handled exception. So because the projection query paging didn't work with the latest revision, I tried to remove some of its elements, sorting groups, the criterion retriever. Okay, so I assume that the repro is just about deleting a sort criteria. Assume, so we'll see. I just activate. If I can't repro, I will ask for a repro. Release 1.6. Should be easy to repro if it's obvious. So it's no more working. There's a bug here. It's losing all the context. Look, it's going. Oh. So propose any version. Okay, not supported exception. The Web Advanced Sitemap module. Okay, we don't care, do we? Web Advanced Sitemap.
I would say no.
Just close it.
It's Giscard is there. Why are you reporting bugs here? Okay, you couldn't tell. If you can't tell, just investigate.
Yeah, check it with the author of the module first, and then.
So I try.
Let's close it for now.
Boolean exists, not supported exception. Yeah.
Is that a change to nhibernate?
Yeah, it might be related to a change in nhibernate, this one, because it's a simple repository.
Do you want to check it just in case?
And what I will do is just, yeah, there's a regression here with the exists method, but not supported Boolean exists. It's weird. Okay, I'll try to make a unit test for that. Then those ones. So it's there's a bunch of bugs filed for that. So Giscard was there is suggesting that we should add some default mime type mappings in the web config, so that when you export on Azure, for instance. So yeah, Azure even, yeah, maybe IS7 and new versions, you will have the default mappings for those content types, like MP4 and ODD file, WAV files,
JSON.
Yeah, so.
But so why is this one just specifying WAV? It seems like it's just not just for fonts, it's for a whole range of.
Yes, he already opened, I think, some bugs for the other ones, and maybe he didn't update the previous one.
Yeah, maybe there should be one for all.
The question is, do we want to add it by default? Do we say it's a customization of the web config? And if it's by default, what is the list of the thing we should add?
Can we add it as a comment in the web config? I would prefer not to raise the attack surface here.
Yeah, that was the same comment I made on the issue. Yeah, we don't know yet the implication of that, because it's not there by default, and AIS doesn't handle that by default. So why should we do it ourselves? Maybe it should be just a documentation section, or yes, in the web config a comment, just uncomment this section if you want it to be handled automatically. And this is not for all the website, because if you're right now in IIS, for instance, in Azure, it works. And so
yeah, well,
I mean,
web fonts are becoming extremely common. So this one, for example, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, but I mean, it works today without changing anything in the web config. It works. I think it's just for Azure, because in Azure it's specific. In Azure, if you have your files in blobs, for instance, the blobs will be only mime typed if the blob metadata has the mime type inside a content type property. And this is done in our chart by when you push something from the media, we use the web config and the machine config to find those mappings, and also the registry.
Isn't there also a problem on regular RIS, not Azure.
So
With some file extensions that aren't getting served,
okay,
such as
so
JSON, for example.
he just put a message in the chat saying that it doesn't work with Azure and IS 7.5.
Yeah, because the extensions it doesn't know about, it just doesn't serve, right?
That's it, yes.
So yeah, and that's a pretty hard to find.
No, it will. They
will
will be served. They will be served, but the mime type won't be set, and the browsers
Really?
won't find it. Yes.
But are there extensions that won't be served at all, such as JSON? I'm pretty sure JSON isn't getting served. .json.
Okay, so do we investigate for 1.6?
Yeah, Jessica is saying he was getting 404s for the WAFs, and I would concur.
On IS 7.5 locally?
Yes.
Okay. So for WAF file. So
WAF, JSON.
so do we add them by default, or do we just document that? Maybe
I document. I would put it as documentation for 1.6 and add it if people want it. Add it to 1.7.
I agree.
Yeah. Can we add something in comments in web config?
We also can add a comment for 1.6 with a default with an example, and they just uncomment that. So in the web config and in the documentation.
Okay, sounds good.
And I will update the other ones too. We should see them. So token of parent path bug. So what is the bug?
Oh, there is an extra slash at the end, and
I'm not sure. Okay, I will try, but we've used that already for blogs, for instance. Because for blog it's working. When you create a blog post, it's the blog slug plus the blog post slug.
yeah, but in that case, you do have you're using the parent path to and putting something behind it.
Okay, so so you don't want the slash, yeah?
Yeah, here it's getting used on its own, and it fails. You know, it's always that thing. Should we have a systematic redirect to something slash to the canonical one?
Display name is not localized. True. So the idea will be that in the views, when we render the display name, we call t on that. But we can do that for 1.6. We'll do that for a future version. Agree?
Yes.
So this yeah, so it's about and yeah, too late, but yeah, I will go also late if yeah, I will take this one because the patch is there. And it's just about adding an ignore files. It's not critical, but it's an easy one if it can help. This one, there is no repro. It's just explaining an issue he's seeing, but we can't repro it. He can repro it on his own website, but there is no repro. So I will put for future active, but for future one. We can't fix that right now. Oh, no. Same change in the web config, but this time for the gzip compression. So same thing, documentation. Maybe, but this time later, and maybe if we have a performance section, it should be there.
Yeah, is there any reason not to?
Not to what? Not to enable the gzip compression?
By default, yeah.
I think there is something with the proxies.
What, the autofact proxy?
No.
Web proxies.
Internet proxy.
Oh, okay.
I think there is something related to that if we disable something, or I read something like that.
No, not anymore. Everybody compresses. Add Steve Souders to that query.
Yeah, but that should not be by default. That may be documented, but not by default, because maybe people don't want it by. I don't know. I don't like defaults. I would rather go to documentation and adding also a section in web config explaining how to do that.
We put caching by default.
No?
Web config, and yes, we did.
Oh yeah, but static files.
And this caused problems for some people. Some people actually had to remove that for some reason. I haven't completely understood why, but
I park it
later.
Yes. So this is later too. This is a feature request, so we can have. There is a filter for the content for the container. Yeah, for the container ID. I say 1 and 6 again. Later, so yeah, the media picker as in the view is checking for the /admin to find the virtual path, and that's weird. So I fixed it in the content picker because it was easy, and in this one it was more complex, so I postponed it, and we discussed it on the forums, I think, and later. It's not critical.
And couldn't the solution work what I've described in the last comment?
Last comment, isn't that needed for content picker as well? It's fixed in content picker?
Yeah, but I've meant setting the base URL.
If you set it in the base URL yourself, yeah, but you have to change the template which is generated to use the base URL.
Yeah, but having to set the base URL isn't the case for content picker currently.
So the callback needs, in the content picker, the callback needs the base URL property. And well, I added the base URL property so that it's not trying to find the /admin in the current URL. And to do that in the media picker is different, because the media picker gets this callback from an attribute on the tinymc or something like that. So it's not based on the call of the function. It's based on a property, on an attribute of the generated HTML. So it was harder to implement, actually. That's why I postponed it. I don't say it's not doable. I just say requiring more changes than what it was needed for content picker.
I see. All right.
So it's just harder to do, and I don't want to spend too much time on this one. And also, it might have more implications because it's more changes to do.
All right.
Sorry. So it will be done. Okay, that's an inconsistency, but later, so it's just about some events are not triggered the same way. Okay, but I don't want to touch it right now. Too dangerous. Same request from Ryan this time. So what did we say? We just put a comment. Well, it's a duplicate. Okay. We said 106, did we? For the mime types, yeah. Okay, done. So active 1.6, 7. So those are very simple changes, which should be done by tomorrow.
So we ship on Thursday?
We should what?
We ship on Thursday?
We ship what? RC2 or?
1.6.
1.6? Thursday, are you sure? Why not? Because everything ships on Thursday.
Oh.
Windows 8, Windows 8, Windows 8, things and that and those and Surface and phones and...
Yeah.
Consistency, you could say.
Yeah.
So you're afraid that the Surface launch would be
No.
shadowed by the
Oh, this,
launch,
yes,
and,
yes,
they wouldn't,
yeah.
and they wouldn't say anything because of
I
that?
could be blamed for that.
Yeah, that's
because
the
I
problem.
didn't, contact the marketing and everything, and yeah, well, actually we always try to. Well, last time we shipped was for also Windows 8 beta. You remember? It was there was one day without any shipment, so we decided, okay, let's ship this day, and actually then it was Windows 8.
We can wait for Friday. I don't care.
Well, actually Friday. No, I think we don't care really. Well, I'm not sure because maybe. Well, we can still retweet on Monday when people will be tired of hearing about Windows 8. Yeah, we ship when we're ready. I think we don't need to care about other shipments. But
Okay.
maybe we still want, Nick and Antoine to check the release bits, just if it works. And
Yeah, it's been good so far. And I've raised what I could. So
yeah, issues always happen when you release the official ones. You remember? I think it was for 1.4.
yeah, I know. I pushed the final fix in.
Yeah, I remember. Okay, so I think.
Okay.
So what's then? Oh, there is something I'd like to check also before is the deployment from Visual Studio, either from Azure and for WebDeploy. You remember the issues we had? It was working with 2010 and and then it wasn't working with 2012, and it was working again, and I still have no official answer about what is the best way to deploy from Visual Studio 2010, 2012. So I want to check if
What do you mean?
we have specific steps in the CS project to bundle all the modules in the theme, so when you do a web deploy, it web deploys correctly. Are you using that?
I am.
In 2012, because I
yes.
fixed it, yes.
I tried it the other day and it seemed to work fine.
Okay, the fix for 2012 broke the feature in 2010, and I have no official information about
so
what is the. Yeah.
Okay, so you need to check both.
I want to check if it still works. Yeah, I will at least know that it works or doesn't work on each version. Also, I added some notes for the release notes. You should read that. Maybe no one knows about it, but read the. I added the new feature for dynamic compilation in the release in the what's new. That now we have a probing extension loader. So if dynamic compilation is off, it will still dynamically compile, but only once the DLL and put them in the dependency folder. That we have a new precompile target. So you can build with all the DLLs precompiled, and also it will remove all the source files. And by default, when you have the built packages, dynamic compilation is off. So when you use click to build, or you build your you create a package to build or web deploy, dynamic compilation will be off. Okay.
It might be worth putting a note to tell people how to turn it back on.
Yes, it's open source. You can do it.
Oh, I know how to do it. I can modify this, can I?
So where should we put that? Because we explain in somewhere in documentation how to turn it off, but we don't explain how to turn it on. I don't know where to put. Yeah.
It's just that if you've turned it off and people load up the site and then are like, why is my module not working when they bounce off the gallery?
Yeah, the common scenario is that when you use dynamic compilation is that you are changing some CS files, and I assume you are changing it using Visual Studio, and if you are using Visual Studio, this is the source version, so there is dynamic compilation in the source version. If you use a precompiled release, then I mean a packaged release, I assume it's to deploy it somewhere and to change the theme and everything, not to change the CS files. So yes, the issue is still there, but it will be rare to have to face it.
Okay.
So it wouldn't create problems when you go to the gallery and install modules on a...
No, because this is the goal of the probing extension loader. So what will happen is, even if you have dynamic compilation off, when you install a module, it will find that a new module is there, and it will compile it using. So the dynamic extension loader won't kick in, but after that, the probing extension loader will say, oh, if you call me, it's because the dynamic compilation wasn't called. So this DLL needs to be compiled, and it will compile it dynamically. It's just not watching all the CS files and the CS proj files. So if you change the CS file, it won't recompile it. You see? It will detect new modules, but not the changes on those modules dynamically. So if you install it from the gallery, it will still work. You can try it right now. Use the WebDeploy package we have on Codeplex. I tried it on Azure websites. You push it on Azure websites, dynamic compilation will be off, and it will be very fast. Well, much faster than it was previously. And then you enable a new module, it will work.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's why the probing extension loader is that, because when dynamic compilation is off, you still want to compile the modules that are not pre-compiled. Okay, non-deterministic is interesting because you remember I commented on the issues and I tried to find when it was broken, and I could not find when it was broken because it was always working for all my change sets. Then I tried again, and actually I found a known behavior, which is that if you change a module in core or framework, it won't be dynamically recompiled because the dynamic extension loader is not loaded for core and framework. But I changed a module and it was working fine. I was changing the widgets module, the filter, and I could see it. I just saved and hit F5 and it was recompiled. So in the end, it was working fine for me.
It's really very weird because last time I checked, it was with a change from maybe a week ago, so very new, and I changed the fields module, and dynamic compilation didn't kick in. So really weird on a fully clean install.
Yeah, I'm afraid it's not. Yeah, this must be based on some code changes. But if you could find which code change made that, like going back in time with the code, we could look at that. That's what I did. I did a dichotomy on all the change sets. It took me some time, and in the end, I could not find where it was broken because it was not broken in any of my change set. I was not reproducing anything like that. But I understand because I used to see that it was not working, and but I can't see it anymore. For me, it's working right now.
That's very weird. All right, I'll investigate a bit
We
further.
should ask, guys, if you listen to us and you want to try dynamic compilation, just try it. So just change any CS file or a CS file. It's important to be a CS file in a module, in a custom module. Hit F5 on the controller which is triggering the file and just see if it works. So that you don't have to recompile. You just change the CS file you save. You hit F5 on the web application. Does it work or not? Maybe I could give a change. I will give you a change. Usually I use the widget filter and I just inject a string in a custom zone, in a specific zone. I save. So let me give you the code. I will give you the code. So if you can try it, 1 second. Orchard. Not this one. Projects Orchard. SRC. Okay, so if you open widgetfilter.cs and in the end here you say something like that, after the for each you just say zones, for instance, aside first, add foo 1. So you just open this file, you add this line of code at the end after the for each, you save it, you hit F5 on your website, there should be something appearing in the aside first. Meaning by hitting F5 it found a change in the file, it recompiled the module and loaded it and used it. Not with a WebDeploy package, with a source file, with a source enlistment. So
I'm a little confused. What are you showing?
I'm showing the widget filter.cs file. It's in the module orchard.widgets/filters, I think.
All right, but why are you showing that?
Because you have to try if dynamic compilation is working by changing that file, adding this line, hitting F5.
Okay.
If it works, dynamic compilation works. If it doesn't work, dynamic compilation is broken. Okay, nobody cares. So, Piotr, there is no bug. We can't repro.
I will try it now on RC and let's see what happens.
So triaging is done.
Sebastian, Should you add to the what's new section the session state options that the user can use in the
Oh
module?
yeah, I forgot that.
I can see.
Yeah, okay. I forgot that.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So Nick had a demo.
Okay, so let me request control. I guess that's how I do it. Oh, no, that's control of your machine. How do I?
Share.
Boom.
And I will have a very small demo just after Nick. So if there's not a queue, so.
Okay, tell me when you guys can see my screen.
Nothing yet.
It still says connecting, so. The hamsters are still moving. Okay, it's currently presenting, so let me know when you guys have got it.
It's okay for me.
Zoltan and Wolf?
Nothing yet.
Not yet.
Still loading.
Okay.
You're on the other side of Europe.
Hey, I'm on the best side of Europe.
So.
Okay, I got it now.
The UK is in Europe now.
No.
Oh, damn it!
I heard it's just an island. I'm not sure.
An awesome island. Right. Okay, so you guys can see it. So I'm going to demo just some of the stuff I've been doing on forums.
This is awesome.
What, have you kicked it up, have you?
This homepage is awesome.
Oh, thanks, man. Okay, so I'm going to enable forums quickly. There might be too many things here to enable, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, so I've got forum. So let's just discussions. A test discussion. Cool. And let's just add it to the menu. Some of you guys probably have seen some of this before, but I've been refactoring and getting rid of a lot of stuff. Okay, so list of threads. So let's add a new thread.
No. What is this?
Well, no. Okay, just from the admin. Give me a second, Sebastian. Right, I can actually go to discussions here and add a thread.
Oh, I
So
prefer
either
that.
way.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, either way. So a test thread.
And I assume you have a permission to create threads.
Yes, I do. Believe so. Let me just double check that.
No. Go. It's just a side note.
Yeah. So
Well, it's not because you have permission that you actually ensure it's used. So
yeah, I'm logged on as an admin. So out of the box, I'm using the taxonomies module.
Oh, okay.
So the souped up version of the taxonomies module, which no one's yet seen, but it's out there. So I've got 3 categories that get installed by default: administration, announcements, and general. I might change those, I may not, I don't know. So you can choose one category and multiple tags, but all this is you can create tags. And you can add a body. Ignore this for the time being, the permalink side of things. That's down to the theme authors to remove or whatever. Now the body, this is not the body part. This is my own version of the body part, which allows you to take control of what's displayed on the UI. Because what happens with the body part is that it injects the media picker into it, which isn't what we want. So making my own version, basically a copy and paste of the original code, just allows you the authors to take the theme authors to take control of what's going on here. I haven't added a particular flavor to this, and it wouldn't matter because I haven't done any additional work to show the tiny MCE or anything like that up. So if I hit save, you'll see that you've got categories and tags associated to a thread, and you've got the post. and it says there's no replies. So there's no replies at the moment, obviously. So I can add a post, a reply, hello, and that gets added, so on and so forth. Now there's a second way to add a reply. This is like a quick reply box. Now, if you wanted to extend what you can add to here, well, really what you want to do is like attach files. You might want to add additional features to a post, for example, something that sits outside of just a quick reply. So if you hit reply to this thread, it changes context to more of a obviously there's nothing here because I haven't built anything, but this will allow us to add extra stuff to a post that's outside of the quick post. So if I just hit save, it will take us back, and you can see they're all in order. Another thing I've added, but there's no link, is that it's got a notion of a parent post ID, so we can return posts threaded if you so want to. Now, if I jump back to the discussion board, you can see that you've got 3 replies. So that's done by 1, 2, 3, just a total -1, and obviously the categories and tags in the last post by. Yeah, so that's what I've got so far. Just a very short, quick demo. I wanted to show the UI that has been designed for a theme off, but Ryan's not here, so I don't want to show it just yet. Yeah, that's it. There's a few other things, I guess, around forums that I could show off quickly. Is that you can list a post from the admin screens, and you can unpublish them. And I'm working at the moment. I'm working on the approve and unapprove side of things. So one of the rules I want built in is, should a user be able to post, or should they wait for a moderator to be able to approve them before it's posted? But I'm not sure whether the approve is publish or unpublish or not. I'm still working my way through that.
Yeah, and so that information is attached to the profile, right? It's per user that who's allowed to publish directly, who needs to be moderated.
Absolutely. So let's have a. I think it is actually attached to the user. Yeah, you're absolutely right. So if I go to the admin screens, forums requires moderation. So it's at the user level. It's set. So if I uncheck this, for example, and repost, then you would see unpublished. Well, unapproved. But at the moment, I'm still in the process of hooking this up. So yeah, I'm not rushing anything like I did last time. Yeah, so that's it so far.
Cool. Thanks.
Very nice.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Piotr?
Yeah, so just let me share the screen. Where is it? Share the screen. I'll share the screen. Okay, it's this miter.
So in the meantime, I will copy paste some new website running Orchard. Just the nice ones.
Romantic hotel. That sounds like.
It's a nice one. No, it's nice.
It's not a romantic.
No, it's romantic. Just romantic with old cars, nice weddings and things like that.
Nice.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes. Is it about SignalR?
Yes, it is. Yes,
I can't see it yet.
It's just a very quick demo, because actually I had a very rough time integrating SignalR recently, because all the namespaces has been changed as since SignalR became one of the ASP.NET libraries, so
This is Microsoft
Microsoft,
ASP.NET SignalR framework for .NET 4.5, something like that.
exactly. So the DLLs and namespaces were just SignalR, and after that, they, it's close to the 1.0.
So the demo?
Okay. Right. So I have an
window.
instance. This is the same instance of Orchard, of my local Orchard, open in Chrome and IE 10. So I just wanted to show that I implemented the SignalR, one of the SignalR samples, just like that. I took just a sample from the library, and it works with Orchard out of the box. And the one cool new feature that comes with the SignalR, the most recent version, the 1.0 alpha,
performance
our performance counters. So we'll add those performance counters. They are installed automatically. There is a SignalR category created, under which you have lots of things like connections, current disconnected, the messages sent and received, sent total, the status of the message bus, and errors, and all those things. So I have my local instance, and we'll add all those performance counters here. Processor time is not needed. So there are lots of those, and it works really nice. So for example, this is the simple drawing pad example. So when you draw something, it displays on the drawing pads of other connected clients. So I have just two windows open. And for example, when I draw something here using Chrome, it will instantly, it's so fast, the newest version is much faster than the previous ones. So it appears instantly.
Well, I have a tip for you. If you just want to reproduce a drawing on another screen, you do the Windows key, P, and you say duplicate monitors. And it's real-time duplication of your drawing.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Isn't it a nice tip?
Yeah, it is. Okay.
All
Thanks.
hardware accelerated.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sébastien. So, but I just wanted to show the performance counters thing, that you can monitor everything what happens inside SignalR in real time. So if I just draw something, you can see that the messages are getting passed, and the appropriate counters are being incremented. So you can see what you can monitor the health of the application.
Yeah,
and this piece of code from SignalR, I'm currently working on performance counters for Orchard, and I'm taking this because they created a nice wrappers for dealing with performance counters in SignalR.
Make a NAS module.
I'm in the process of creating one.
Yeah, and I knew that we will find a useful usage of SignalR someday. Display performance counters.
Yeah, but the good thing is that performance counters are you have to be an admin in order to update performance counters, read those, and so on. So I thought about something, using SignalR plus some charting library to display the performance status of Orchard in dashboard. So
Good idea. Live performance using SignalR. That's awesome. I want to buy it.
Okay, sure. If I finish.
This will be awesome. Yes, and also with hardware information like latency for the file system, things like that. This will be awesome. So when you host, you know where the issue is coming from, and database latency and things like that. That will be awesome. I want it.
Yep.
And if it's live with SignalR, wow.
I
think it will be more useful than a drawing pad on Orchard.
Yeah, I know, but this is just a sample.
I know, I'm
show that
teasing
it's-
you, and
yeah.
you're falling into it each time, every time.
Yeah, I know this example is
So
it's,
next week demo. Next week demo.
whoa.
We don't care about
Okay.
performance concerns. You know, you don't need to show them as performance concerns. Just like the mini profiler, but live in the dashboard. Boom.
Okay. There is only there are a couple of things I need to figure out, like the proxying the current instances of content manager or something. But okay, it's doable. But I'm not sure about the performance impact of proxying all the core objects and intercepting the calls, for example, to get an item or to query an item.
Start simple, maybe just with a simple one, like for the queries, database queries, and then you add things. You'll see.
Okay. Yeah.
Good.
All right. So that's all for me.
Great.
Okay. Thank you.
Very nice. Okay, so we don't have that much time. I thought maybe we could start talking about 1.7 today, but we'll do it next week. A few words about documentation. There is a thread going on, a few people contributing to refreshing the documentation, and it's much needed. So if you haven't seen that thread and you're interested in helping with documentation, please head over to the discussions and chime in. If you can, take a few topics and take the responsibility to proofread them and fix them if they need fixing, that would be great. And once we've done that, we'll try to add new documentation, of course. Harvest videos have started to pop up on YouTube. We have 4 of them that are ready, 3 of them are published. And of course, about 5 minutes after we started uploading them on YouTube, Channel 9 started responding to us and telling us that after all, we could probably get them there. So we might also have them, document all the things. And that meme is from an awesome blog that's called Hyperbole and a Half that I recommend. It's hilarious. What was I saying? Videos. Stop posting funny stuff. So we'll also post them on Channel 9 if they validate the idea. But for the moment, I'm putting them on YouTube and we'll see. So what the link that you pasted is what?
Zoltan, is a video.
Oh, it's just a video of our of the session we have.
Okay.
We have given with Benedict.
Oh, okay.
And we have also shown a video from Piotr.
Yeah, and is it Benedict? Did you make the playlist with all the?
Yeah, I did.
Harvest videos. Yeah. So I haven't advertised the videos yet, but a few tweets have pointed to them, and we'll add more as we have them. As a matter of fact, we still need help. So if some of you have some time, I won't lie, it takes a lot of time to edit videos. But if some of you have a few hours to devote to creating the additional videos, contact me and I'll get you the files so that you can work on them. And another thing that I wanted to talk about, and we can talk about that pretty fast. I want to put the notes and the videos of this meeting instead of putting it to the discussions and to the Google group. Well, I continue to put it on the Google group and discussions, but I want to put the video on the orchardproject.net homepage I think it should be there. So I wanted to mention it. I'm not expecting a lot of opposition to that idea, except if someone.
I'm against that.
Okay, why?
Just to be against.
Okay, good. We're done. So next week we'll start talking about 1.7.
Okay.
And I need to go because I need to troll about Apple.
Okay. So have a nice weekend. Oh no, full week. Okay, have a nice week. See you next week.
Okay, well, see you all next week. And thanks everyone for showing up today, especially Elon.
Who?
You're welcome.
Oh, he's there. He's listening. Wow.
Yeah, he's actually paying
He's not
attention. When
only
you
there,
mention his
he's
name,
listening.
yeah. All right, well, we hope to
Okay,
see
I
you
have
next
to
week
go.
as well. What?
Bye.
I have to go too, so thanks, guys.
Bye.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.